So in the last video in this chapter, we're going to be talking about changes in state. Most of this is probably going to be a review for you, but we should go over it anyway. So let's talk about phase changes. If we have a solid and we transition to a liquid, that's called melting. If you have a liquid and we are turning it into a gas, that's called boiling or vaporization. If we go backwards from a gas to a liquid, that's called condensation. If we have a liquid and we're turning it into a solid, that's called freezing or solidification. But there's one more that's not common knowledge. You may have heard about it before. If you have a solid and you transition it straight to a gas, skipping the liquid phase, that's called sublimation. So sublimation is the change of a substance from a solid directly to a vapor without passing through the liquid state. Not a lot of things can do it. Some common examples are iodine and dry ice. In this next video here, I'm going to show you the sublimation of iodine. I actually have iodine, but iodine vapor, iodine fumes is not really the best thing to be floating around the room. And I don't have a fume hood, so we're going to watch it in this video rather than do it in class.
In this video, we're going to look at the sublimation of iodine. So when we add solid iodine to hot sand, we have a hot plate underneath there, you can see right away we start getting a purple gas. That is iodine gas. And with sublimation, we're going directly from a solid to a gas without passing through a liquid phase. So you can see here that after a while, when that gets even hotter, we get a lot more of that purple iodine gas, which is escaping through the top of the beaker. So we can actually capture that gas. Right now it's escaping through the top of the beaker, but we can put a piece of glass on there, a watch glass, with ice on it, and that's really cold, and that's going to change the iodine gas back to a solid. It won't go through a liquid phase. It'll go directly from the gas to a solid, and that will stick on the bottom of the glass. Here's what it looks like from the top. You can see the ice, the watch glass, and then you can start to see that the crystals of iodine are forming underneath. So after a while, the crystals will have formed on the bottom of that glass, and you can see them here sort of dangling down from the watch glass. If we were to take that watch glass off and look at the crystals, they'd look something like this. So here in this video, I'm actually taking the watch glass off. You can see the iodine gas escaping, and then you can see those iodine crystals there. So that's the sublimation of iodine. This is Dr. B, and thanks for watching.
So we saw how the iodine sublimed or turned from a solid to a gas, skipping the liquid phase, but he also showed how the iodine gas turned into a solid when it cooled down. That process actually has a name too. That's called deposition. However, sublimation is fair game for the New York State Regents exam. Deposition isn't. So write that down if you want, but you won't be tested on it. But you will be tested on sublimation. So in summary here, you should know the names of the different phase changes. You should also know that sublimation is a phase change of a solid to a gas, skipping through the liquid phase.